Hi there everybody, this is Spelio with my replay commentary number 10, and this time we're on a Hemate Gorge, and in other news I got a nice new graphics card, so I'm running everything on ultra and high settings, and I also got the blood pack, so we'll see that in action today. As I was saying, we're on a Hemate Gorge here, and my opponent is OD King Lovemo. I think he's about rank 35 at this match, something like that anyway. So my army consists of 5 Naginata attendants, 3 Yari cavalry, sword attendant here, which is just for capping this dojo. I have 2 sets of matchlock samurai paired with Yari Ashigaru. This matchlock Ashigaru in the middle. I have 2 nodachis and 4 pretty well ranked up katana samurai. So my opponent, he has lots and lots of Yari Ashigaru. He has about 6 or 7, something like that. And these are all ranked up to varying degrees, with pretty decent stats on them for the most part. And he also has a couple of Naginata warrior monk units and a bunch of bows and some matchlocks. So just a little background on what I'm about to do here. You can see my cavalry are moving to the top here, and I see that he's got just a big spear blob. He doesn't actually have any cavalry, and looking at the sort of prices, I figure he probably doesn't actually have any cavalry at all, even hidden anywhere. And I really wanted to get these 2 dojos, especially the armor dojo, because he has all these bows. So we see here I'm setting my cavalry up at the top of the hill in wedge formation. So my plan here was essentially, as we're seeing now, to charge straight through the spear wall. And we'll get a little look at the blood pack gore here as they charge through. And there we go. Just blood spraying everywhere, that's the gore pack for you. But anyway, so I decided, I was going to charge these in, and this is primarily because I wanted to slow him down and sort of stop him. And we see here he stopped his formation moving while he deals with this cavalry, which leaves me free to come up and just get to the top of this hill and take the better position. So that's him, he's kind of screwed now, but so's my cavalry. My cavalry took a hell of a lot of damage from this. I was charging them into the sort of centre of his formation just to cause some serious disruption. And the objective was achieved, but I lost pretty much all my cavalry essentially. But I did do a little bit of damage to some of his matchlocks and other units. But in the meantime, I've managed to start capping this dojo here, and this archery dojo, it does actually affect the reload on matchlocks as well. These will get plus 20 reload, I think, or something like that. This replay is a little bit bugged in places. For instance, this cavalry unit did not deroute. This one did, but that one didn't. So this one will just sit here the entire replay. Just ignore it. It's kind of pointless. So in the meantime here, I've now got the top here, and I'm easily going to capture this workshop, and these sword attendants soon will be finished capturing that archery dojo, and then they'll wander around and rejoin the rest of my force. So what I decided to do here, I didn't really want it moving into this forest, I wanted them out in the open where I could see him. So I put this cavalry unit in here behind him, just so he would not be so tempted to move backwards or anything. But it's just a little sort of half cavalry unit, it's not really a huge threat to anyone. So in the meantime, I'm setting my matchlocks up and trying to kind of figure out what I want to do here, because he's got this big long spear wall, and I don't really want to kind of go into it head on. So I decided that I want to go around the sides, which is what I'm starting to do here. And we see I've got the matchlocks set up here, and I'm sending like attendant units around the sides, and whatever else I can get around the sides, like this sword attendant. And shortly we'll see a move from my katana samurai as well. In the meantime, what he's doing is trying to shoot my matchlocks, which now have armor and reload upgrades. Well, not upgrades, but for the dojos. And what he's doing here is he's trying to charge this matchlock samurai unit with his Yari Ashigaru, but it doesn't really work because I just pull them back behind this spear wall, and his units get trapped. I mean, that's an old trick from longsword days. In the meantime, I've started to charge his spear wall with my nodachis, and these get about 44 charge. And it's pretty nice to watch. The nodachis look really cool when they're charging, just because epic swords. And we see this just initiates a complete massacre, and the nodachis will take down that spear wall. So in the meantime over here, I just have these matchlocks firing into this sort of melee with these Ashigaru units. And we see my unit has maybe got a little bit of a morale penalty here, but his unit is completely getting massacred. So the matchlocks are successfully denerfed. In the meantime, we see him now, if you watch the formations, I'm now sending everything around it that I can around behind him. And this is somewhat risky because it does leave my middle fairly weak. So I've got this matchlock unit positioned here, just kind of firing in. And it is into the back of my own units and they are taking some damage from it I think, but his units are taking more damage, so that's what counts. Now we see I've successfully started to get units behind him here, and all of his melee and all of mine more or less are now engaged, and it's just a matter of time before something gives and somebody gets the upper hand here. Now we see here my Naginata attendants are routing, but that's what Naginata attendants are for, essentially. And my sword units are pretty high quality here, they're 10 defense and 20 on attack, which is a lot better than his Yari, which are not very good here. They really just don't have the stats to compete with the Katana Samurai at a high level. In the meantime, my middle line is broken, and I'm kind of going crap, he's going to go for my general. Because this was something that I knew was risky and could well happen, but in the meantime, you know, I've got my units all behind him, and his left and right flanks are crumpling, so it's kind of a trade-off, and what I'm trying to do is pull this, well, I've pulled this matchlock unit back, and it's trying to get in position, because I want this to guard my general, but he is targeting it with his bows, so my general is taking a good bit of damage here. His bows are pretty damn nasty, and he's got his own matchlock set up here, shooting my general as well now, so kind of not too pleased. I'm trying to get the Shigaryu unit in to disrupt his matchlocks. Funny thing here is my general actually does die in this replay, but in reality I had like 2 or 3 men left, and I didn't want to take him out of standing fight. We'll see that later on. In the meantime, over here on the right, his units have all started to kind of break, and I've got matchlocks firing into this melee here, and my units are wavering and have crappy morale, but his will rout first simply because they're under matchlock fire. On this side I now have him successfully flanked, and I have units behind him, and while mine look as if they're kind of losing here, they are in fact winning, and will eventually win because his units just, well, they are quite nice. I mean, this is his Naginata Warrior Monks have 20 attack and 19 defense, and my Katana Samurai just don't have the same stats as that, but they'll still win because I've still got matchlocks and stuff firing in, and I've still got a whole unit of these sitting over here. On the right, this unit of his that was over here, Naginata Warrior Monks, have now broken, so I'm kind of sweeping inwards now. And he has these matchlocks set up again, but that's not going to matter for too much longer. Ooh, that was a nice volley there from this unit. And you know, this is sort of the match starting 10 now, because I've now crushed all of his melee units, because the Yari Shigaryu, they really just don't hold up against the Katana Samurai. Plus, I think he seems to have brought a lot less bow units than I actually thought initially. Normally when I see someone using a lot of Yari Shigaryu, they're using it to sort of bog your units down until they can get their bows in play. And then what happened, excuse me, what happens here is he starts to run his general away and his warrior monks, because he thinks he can probably sort of skirmish me until most of my units are out. And you know, I've still got matchlocks and stuff left, and I've still got quite a lot of an army, so and they're all sort of 7 armor, so it's not really an option for him to do that. So he does get kind of all the way up to the sort of corner of this map around here, but his units do die. I'm not going to kind of show you that bit because it's kind of boring. In the meantime, you know, I'm just setting my units to chase him, and you know, they're in sort of wide formation. I really don't like when people run away with ranged units like this. I have been guilty of doing it myself, because sometimes if it comes down to like 1 or 2 units on each side and you have 2 ranged units, yeah, you're going to have to run away and try and skirmish. But in this case, you know, I've got a whole army left essentially, and some matchlocks and stuff, so he really doesn't stand a chance here. So I'm not really sure why he ran, because he didn't really have any real chance of winning. But nonetheless, I'm going to call that the end of the replay. And what's funny is I did actually have my general left alive. He was actually around sort of here, and I put in this unit of matchlocks here and a unit of Naginata attendants on top, but just because the replay's bugged, he's dead, so I don't really get that. The replays are doing strange things. I'm also fairly sure this unit wasn't here either, but I can't remember. Anyway guys, I'm going to call that the end of the replay. These units do die shortly, so I hope you all enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon for another.